Hello, hello. I am back again with some more Masquerada. Uh, I have been feeling kind of down yesterday and today, but hopefully jumping into this game again will perk me up some more. Um, so let me pull up the game real quick, make sure the audio's turned on. You might hear the cat next to me. He's been also in a mood lately. I know. He has multiple towels to lay on right now, and he's insisting on being cuddled. What, honey? What do you want? What? Come here. Come here. Relax. Relax. You're just giving me a look. Anyway, uh, where we left off last time. So the city has a system of magic that is channeled or aided um, with the use of these masks that are relics from some kind of previous culture, possibly. And people were investigating where they came from, what the deal is with them. Uh, and those people were apparently either kidnapped or murdered. And so this character um, has been brought in to investigate. And this character here is the sibling of one of the individuals who went missing, possibly murdered. Um, but yeah, we are.
This is it. His office.
Finally.
Just a moment, Mariner.
Something the matter, Inspectore?
Yes, in fact. You.
Me?
You, Razatov's brother, whom I have heard so little from him about, who last saw him 2 years ago, and during those years you never spoke or wrote to him whatsoever. And now you're suddenly concerned.
Correct.
And you ask if there's something the matter.
Inspectore, the relationship I have with my brother is complicated, but he is still my brother. And if you doubt my concern for him...
I doubt your honesty. Are you certain you know as little about the cases you claim?
Yes. I assure you, on a mariner's moon, I promise there is nothing I want more than to find my brother.
Let's go in then.
Yeah, so we're
Here,
starting
let's see what we can
investigations.
find.
Alright. We already read that. Where's the new stuff? So there was something new. Oh, there it is. The world of academia belongs to the Vitalists. The realm of politics is the domain of the Regenti. These are the members of the registry who keep the country in balance. They are responsible for reading the economies and controlling the ebb and flow of power. The Regenti are certainly closer to the Verones' heart compared to the Portieri and the Vitalists, and are the first he turns to when he requires handling sensitive matters. Mm. Okay. Well, let's see if... Okay, so there's no purple. So the next thing would be to look at any of the gold. Um...
I don't see anything out of the ordinary, Inspectore. Are you certain that there's something to be found here?
No, I'm not.
But yet you're searching through coal?
Do you think I'll find anything?
I don't think of a bed of coal when I'm looking for a place to hide things.
If you burn something, it would be.
What's that?
Interesting. Huh. Um,
If you could, Mariner? When you're ready.
oh.
What is that?
They certainly don't look like they're born of the earth.
My brother was keeping Faye. What are you doing?
Those creatures reacted to something.
You think they've got a thing for coals?
I'm going to explore some of the other areas, but...
I think they've got a thing for this.
What is it?
Hopefully someone can tell us. Put the dresser back in place, please. We should... Wonderful.
I've got you.
The server can switch between stances. Okay. Purple stance moves quicker, deals bonus damage when flanking. Blue is more like a tank. Range would be the green. We'll just stick with this for now.
I can see you can handle yourself in battle.
I am trained as a Pavicier. My physique didn't really cater for the other Medea.
I can imagine. Hold on.
Found something?
Perhaps it was a good thing those Fae attacked us. That mark that you see over there. The mark of Timerius Candor, a glassmith who works in one of the registry's wards. The Quiet Order.
Our next lead?
Let's go.
Okay, so we can still explore the other areas. But let me... Here. Okay. So Z switches over. Okay. Auto attack deals more damage. Hmm. Okay. And then for the triangle one, let's see. So he has to stand still to recharge. Hmm. Interesting. Okay, we'll get 2 entries here. The Fae of Umbra have been around since before the city was constructed. In the Silent Ages, before the first colonized the lands, they were creatures made of stone and wood. Didn't bleed when cut, didn't age or grow. They persisted through the epochs, continuing to vex citizens. No one knows where they came from, or how they've managed to sustain their presence. They do not seem to need to eat or breathe. All is known is that wherever they are found, they've shown signs of adapting to their surroundings. In caverns, they are made of stone, forests made of bark and branch. Hmm. They're mostly found in the ruins. Okay. And these ones were made of paper, which means makes you think of like not just like obviously there's a lot of books here, but maybe more like like a big library.
This is his work?
All the cases that he's had to work with before. He likes keeping them in the open. Watch his collection grow.
This case is large and relatively recent. It's about
You shouldn't...
Cicero Gavar.
And this investigation is not.
You never mentioned how you knew my brother.
Who are you here for?
I didn't mean to upset you.
Just keep looking.
Hmm.
My brother slept here?
He was the hardest working of all the Regenti. Couldn't quite draw the line between a personal life and a professional one.
He never did have any desire to start a family.
Despite my efforts.
Okay. so it doesn't look like there's anything else. Alright, I guess we'll get going. Quiet order, okay. Man's a proficient healer, I'll say that much. Knows how to handle himself well in battle. A trait I must say not often found within the Sorella del Mar, and even less something a tribute to a relative of Razatov. Might be fine for Redenti, but he was not a fighter. Hmm. Okay. Picking up a little bit
Cicero.
of lore.
Lucia,
I see you've already made some new friends.
part of the investigation.
Ah, so the old man took my advice.
Your advice?
After what happened with Corvus and Elfina, nasty business that was. Anyway, he sought my opinion, and well, here you are.
So you're the one I have to blame. Why weren't you put on the case?
I'm too valuable.
Sure.
Hmm.
Where are you off to?
The Quiet Order.
Excellent. We can travel together then.
You too.
Come on. I'll tell you on the way.
So you told the Vestas to call for me?
It was either that or do it myself. I think the choice was clear.
And the others?
Well, Elfina and Corvus are that, which leaves 5 of us. Darius and Pasha are off in Altamir spying on the Zealots. Riva's down in Rune investigating the murder of one of our diplomats, and you, well, you were farming.
So you don't know anything about the case?
I know the Regenti Razatov is gone, and I know that we lost 2 good inspectores trying to find him.
And you wanted me to be the third?
You were better than all of us, Cicero, you know it.
I don't know. Let's just go.
Some believe the inspectors are shadowy figures enlisted to perform dark deeds. Others believe they are simply Regenti trained in the Medea. It is completely false, but to categorize us like that is certainly reductive. Some of us serve as esteemed diplomats, while others spend the day searching for missing people of great import. They are not individuals that one travels with without incurring the wrath of the register itself. And that's kind of similar again to one of the characters in my book, or rather, their whole clan, basically. Like that's pretty much their job. Yeah, where there's no green, we can't go around. But I did want to just try and hit up all these extra areas for lore. Okay. So right here, they're saying, oh, they've been sending scholars to investigate and, try to understand, um, the thing that, with the masks, and none of them have survived. It's like, yeah, that's suspicious. Okay, so I'm not getting anything there. Mm, interesting. Okay. So unbound masks are being stolen. Um, can't go in there. Oh,
So, Sorelli.
Calvin,
Calvin. You're brave, standing on White Spire soil.
you say it as though there is something I should fear.
Certainly not. Not out here, at least.
oh, there we go. Hey, kitty. I love the animals. I'm sorry. Alright. The Redendian vigils make the mind of the registry, while Terry make its arms. They enforce and materialize the wills of those in power, putting a sword behind every edict. Hmm. We can go down either way. Physica are one of the three pairs of Medea. Have their practitioners concentrate on physical form. Yeah, it seems a lot of like music references, so um, hmm.
Ah, there you are, sir. I hope everything is well.
It is. Get the coach ready, please. We've got places to go. Mariner, maybe you'd like to follow the twins. Get acquainted?
A rather obedient bunch.
Hmm.
What's this about, Lucia?
What?
Don't tell me you just happened to be in the spire.
Happened, well. Have I ever told you about the beggar who was too astute for his own good?
Lucia,
He dies at the end of the story.
you have. Many times.
The mask runners are getting stronger.
What do you mean?
They've taken over the Quiet Order. That's why I'm headed there.
Since when?
A few weeks ago. 5 years this war's been going on, Cicero, and those worms have only gotten stronger. I need to find out how.
That's why you encouraged Avestus to bring me back?
Hmm.
So I could be your resource? I have a case to solve.
Cicero, please. You're the only one who...
The Quiet Order, go.
A ride would have been nice.
So, Mariner. Mariner.
Are you trying to say something?
Why do they call you that? Do you sail out onto the belt often?
Not anymore.
Oh, well, you used to?
Before I settled down.
Settle down.
I'm in charge of an orphanage now.
With children?
Hmm.
No, cats and dogs, I'm sure.
Oh, I love animals. What?
Eyes on the road, Toths. Elena, please stop bullying your brother. And Ricardo,
Yes, sir?
just keep going. You both stay here. I'll come find you when I'm done.
Okay. We never admitted it. There was a hierarchy. Pasha was the best diplomat, Reva the best fighter. Darius had an eye for reading the movements of economies. Lucia's was slightly different. Good fighter, decent diplomat, mind for investigations. Hardest working. With regards to Lucia, I suppose we cannot say I'm surprised that she has changed. 5 years may not constitute an age, but the change that a few years parental upbringing is not to be underestimated. I was gonna say, I'm wondering, does he know that she was the one that fought his brother? Because it doesn't sound like it. Um, hmm. Named after the disposition of its residents, the Quiet Order has been home to those of the registry who work from cloistered corridors, work in the fields of academia, nations trade, international relations. Hmm. Alright, so the War of Bearings began 5 years ago with the betrayal of my brother Cyrus. He abused his position as custodian to siphon and distribute a large portion of the registry's cash of masquerades to the mask runners. Years followed his death. The equipped mask runners attempted to overthrow the forces that subdued them. To the best of my knowledge, the efforts of the Civil War yielded little results but death. 5 years later, just as my exile has come to an end, so too seems the war. Any other stuff? A lot of really cute cats. Okay.
So this is the business you were talking about. Lucia told me about it.
You met her? We've been expecting her. She's supposed to help us find a way in.
She got caught up with a few things. Should be on her way.
And you're here for...
The investigation. There's someone I need to see inside.
I'm afraid that's going to have to wait. That Portieri pushing all the walls we can with the mask runners. I think our manager's getting tired.
How did you lose it in the first place?
The Portieri that managed to get out say that the mask runners just appeared from the streets. Happened too suddenly. They lost the ward overnight.
Well, I'll see you later.
I suppose you will.
Interesting.
The longer we wait, the colder our lead.
Who said anything about waiting?
You did.
I said I'd see him later. Nothing about waiting in that.
Okay. Alright, so they're talking about why this area was hit with some of the fighting. Because they're like, there's nothing really to gain here. It's like, it's a symbol, it's a statement.
Mariner, you're a strong man, aren't you? If you could give this a little tug.
It wasn't secured.
I wonder why. Come on.
The things I do for you, brother.
closed it behind you?
I did. What is going on in that head of yours?
Anytime wards have been taken over in the last 50 years, it's been through frontal assaults. Nobody thinks about drains.
Except for gamers. Because I was going to say, yes. The familiar.
Rather interesting place for mists.
All over the city. This has been an increasingly common sight.
Everywhere.
Sometimes even in the streets.
The familiar, tactic of, like, going in through the sewers.
Watch your flanks!
Okay. Mass charges generate passively consumed to cast skills. Oh. Hi. Honey. This guy from behind. Okay. Oh, squealing they do.
Tides. What are Fae doing here?
You said this mist was becoming more common?
Hi,
Only
Pepe.
in the last few years, yes.
And Fae, have they been more common as well?
You think they're related?
You don't? It's quite a clear connection. The Vegelers probably have something on this. We can ask when we get back, but for now...
We should keep moving.
Control character needs to have sufficient mass charge. So I think it's saying the tanks gain it passively, but also with how much damage they take. The regular damage attack people get it from moving around and attacking, and then the distance ones after standstill. Phase sewers and storm drains, bulging are often a nuisance that Masquerada have to deal with. They rarely ever venture from beyond the dark tunnels below the city and aren't too difficult to dispatch. Most of the Masquerada choose to stay away from this specific breed of Fae simply because of their uncanny resemblance to the filth that comprises their surroundings.
The exits to the Quiet Order should be that way.
What are they doing?
Whatever it is, we will have to go through them. Are you ready?
As I'll ever be. Brace yourselves.
Oh, really? He's not gonna let me. Alright. Oh. Um. Yeah, I don't want to step in the goop, so. Uh, okay. Oh.
I'm sorry.
Ooh, oh. He's on me now. Oh, that wasn't good.
Masquerada.
You were right.
Come on, we're almost there.
What if they try to kill us?
Then we defend ourselves. Simple.
Okay.
What's wrong?
I am not the lightest person around.
You'll be fine. Come on.
Please. Come on. Damn it. I told you.
Get him!
Okay. Press H. B. Okay. Okay.
I'll cover you.
Okay. So let's see. Um. Alright. And they have skill points. Hmm. Okay. Right. Alright. So yeah, so they've been building up skill points. What is this one? I'm thinking one of these would be good. Uh, mm, yeah, let's. Oh, okay, so we can't do it while we're in combat. But let's see. Oh, you are annoying.
I can take it. I don't have much left. God.
Oh, no, that's what I want to do.
With you walking around in all that blue, we don't stand a chance.
What do you...
This one's got wide hips. His trousers should suffice.
His shirt isn't even going to cover half my chest.
Point?
Fine.
Impressive tattoo. Hadn't thought you'd be the type.
Yeah. Thanks.
What's it about?
Are you here to investigate me or my brother?
Come on.
Alright, so let's see what we got here. Alt strong expend mass charge, charged up using the skill. Oh, so we can Use different masks. Interesting. Okay. Because I was wondering, like, with the mask menu, if it was for equipping different masks or just upgrading masks to different styles and abilities. Hmm. Um, what was it? See. Okay. So we were gonna do. mm, Okay. He has a couple more skill points. Hmm. Let's do that. So it will lock us out of one of the ones that we've chosen. Hmm. Let's see. Let's give him that. We'll do that. Alright, now for this character. doctor. What do we have here? Increases attack speed, movement speed, increases health. Or we could try that. Hmm. Sure, go with that for now. We do have one more point. Hmm. We'll do that. Oh, stinky kitty breath. You just took a big yawn right in my direction. Mm. Hi, honey. How you doing?
They must have heard us from here.
Yeah,
There's enough
2
food to
points
last
of
them
entrance.
weeks.
An outpost.
See what you can find.
We can't go there. I don't understand of all the wars why this one. I've heard all it has are softies and it isn't defensible. And it's so close to the damned White Spire. Why here? Well, that's why. Because it's close. And also, obviously, there's stuff going on down here that they didn't want in the spire itself. My cat is assigned to be a butt right now. You're not allowed up there. No. No, don't argue with
Anything
me.
interesting?
Whoever wrote this talks about a figure called the Herald.
I found this too.
Wait for the Herald's command, nothing else.
Herald.
I don't know. I've never heard of him before.
Then he must be new.
Or I might not be as knowledgeable about the Masquerada as everyone in this damn city seems to think. There doesn't seem to be anything left for us.
From pieces of Masquerada writing, I've discovered it seems there's a figure in their ranks called the Herald. I don't know where he stands, who he is. Okay. And now the cat is going to try and chew on whatever he can find, because he's being a butt. He's upset that I won't give him any other special food. That.
Is that?
A masquerine? Aegis. You must have missed it under all this filth.
And it's raw.
We'll have to find an Artigiani and Fabra to help us touch it up. We can't be seen walking around with it like this.
You intend on keeping it?
Well, I won't tell the registry as long as you don't.
All right then.
Masquerades do not always look the way they do. The first discovered seemed to be made of white plaster and had none of the embellishments that are present on them today. Those were added when the concept of guilds arose, in order to better distinguish the masquerades of one guild from another. And because it would be aesthetically pleasing, practitioners of the Visiva began the practice of ornamenting. Interesting.
This one had better hold. All right, we're in. Now what?
Now we look for our glassmith. We should start with the central marketplace. I think it's through that corridor.
No other little info beats.
Color
Okay.
coded?
Green for produce, red for smithing, teal for leatherwork.
And glassware?
Yellow.
Hmm. Okay. Couple of things here. When the concept of the boards was introduced, they received well by the population. The city grew, territory became scarce, and the boundaries began pushing against each other. In modernity, boards are commonly fought over, sometimes through political maneuvering, other times through physical displays of aggression. They're talking about the food that they have acquired. Alright, Masqueraders don't have this privilege and learn to wield the elements by themselves. Without proper tutelage, the finesse with which they wield their powers pales in comparison to the Masquerada. Mm. Whoops. Knocking stuff over. Accidentally. Let's keep exploring a little bit first. Mm. this way? No, it looks blocked off. Alright.
Looks like our glassmith's taken off.
Hopefully he left something for us to find.
What are you thinking of?
Orders, receipts, anything that might flesh out his connection with Raz.
I'll keep an eye out.
Okay. Okay, I just wanted to check behind the trees there if there was anything in.
I found something.
What is it?
An order for 500 glass bell jars.
Who signed it?
Raz himself. His signature is... Hey! Fine day, fellas.
Aren't you supposed to be... the gate?
Damn.
Too close.
Indeed. We should hurry. The order he placed for the jars was supposed to be delivered to a house up that street.
We can only go that way? Alright, it looks like it. Hi, kitties. Be safe. Okay. Okay, so it looks like a few people stayed behind.
They're in a hurry.
Something must have happened at the gate. We should keep moving.
Isn't it also suspicious that you're just like going in the opposite direction? There's like no stealth stuff. Like, I don't know.
Marco? Marco, we're supposed to be...
Oh no.
You're... Get them!
Hold your ground!
Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, really?
We don't have time. Come on.
Tides.
More searching, less cursing, Mariner. So here lies our shipment.
But what was he using them for?
It had something to do with that Faye in his office, definitely. Other than that, though...
You're not gonna comment on the fact that there's like blood everywhere? Hello?
Woundsbane. My mother's favorite.
Oh?
It's a natural disinfectant. She applied it a lot when I was a child.
So, you're one of those kids.
You don't want to hear the stories. Fistfights are a dozen a week.
You and who?
Well, mostly with... I don't know. People. Forget it.
Okay.
Shredded paper. They're all clean, too.
Paper. just like what the Fae were made of back in his office. There.
I don't understand.
The blood.
Mm-hmm.
There's blood elsewhere as well.
Well, look at the pattern. That blood was dripped, not spattered or spilt like the rest.
What do you say?
This blood here, in this circle, it was shed deliberately. The only question is, what for?
Are you actually gonna...
What are you doing?
You're a decent healer, aren't you, Mariner?
I'd like to think so. What tides? What?
Don't mend it yet.
What are you testing, Inspectore?
All right, Mariner. Now would be a good time. My palm, Mariner.
Did we just...
Heal me, Calden. We've got this!
Mm.
I can't believe it. We just summoned Faye. No one else in the entire city knows how to, do they? Tides, how did my brother even...
It doesn't make sense.
What?
The blood. Too much spilt in too many directions. There was a fight. People.
I'm not sure that...
A fight in a place like this? Coincidence? Highly unlikely. There was a purpose behind this bloodshed.
What?
Unlikely to kill. To capture them. Incapacitate.
You think someone's taken my brother?
And left this place standing. Blood dried, evidence strewn around. Why? Why would they do that?
All right, Renia. We...
Don't. Your child is wounded.
Don't listen to him, Renia.
The Mariner is a healer. It may not be too late.
Please.
Masquerine off. I'm not asking again.
Olas, please. If he meant to kill us, we would not be standing.
Answer my questions and the Mariner will tend to the child.
Anything, please.
When you claimed this ward, was there a man who owned this house?
We saw the Herald leave here carrying a body. It's how I knew... thought it was empty.
Was he alive?
He was struggling when I saw it.
Then they have him.
Calden, tend to the child. Who is this Herald?
Our leader, who speaks on behalf of the lady.
The lady?
She's lost much blood, but she will survive.
Thank you. Lady bless you. Thank you.
Who is this lady?
It's locked. Move aside.
Portieri! Calden, cover their necks in the blood.
What?
Do it! Get down.
Like, play that, pretty much.
Inspectore. Senencia Vitris, sir. I see the old Cicero Gavar has not forgotten how to defend himself.
We're fine.
We were given orders to bring you to the Valencio, sir. I'll await you outside.
Gafar. Thank you.
Investigating Timerius led us to a house which Razatov had been conducting experiments. He learned how to summon Fae. Rituals would involve the shedding of blood, presence of sufficient loose material that they can shape themselves from. suspect the myths that have been becoming more abundant in the city has something to do with it as well. How he came to be in possession of such knowledge, what he even intends to do with all these Fae, is beyond me. I do know, however, that the Vitalists would be most interested in this information. Hopefully that will lead me to understand what in all the legacies the Masqueraders could possibly want with him. Calvin and I ran to a family of Masqueraders who admit that the Masqueraders captured Razatov. I haven't mentioned anything about the Herald or the Lady. I mean, so the Herald could be either this Lysandra in disguise, or Lysandra is posing as this character, the Lady. Although I was thinking the Lady could be a reference to maybe like some kind of Fae being that the masked runners are like worshipping in a way. Let's see. Cannot claim to be an expert on all things related to masked runners, but find it surprising. First time I'm hearing of this lady. Figure in their ranks, mouthpiece when they refer to it as the Herald. So it's either a political thing or a religious thing, I'm thinking.
Sinencia, just a quick word. How did you get him?
After you left, the Valencio ordered a couple of us to follow you. He knew you'd turn up something.
Damn it, Tristan.
There!
Okay, we're doing better. What else is there? Oof.
Come on, son. The Valencio's in the marketplace.
Alright. I want to check up here though first. Let me see. Okay, nothing else there. Looking for any other shinies, anything. Seems very straightforward about what we can interact with.
Watch your flank!
Oof.
I can take it.
Come on, let's go. Any others?
Valencio,
How are the other sections?
majority have returned successful. Minimal casualties.
The Herald?
No sign. However, we do expect to wrest full control of the ward within the hour.
You follow me without my consent.
Sinencia, you are dismissed. It is good to see you as well, Cicero.
You used me.
Cicero, please.
I did not come back for this. Why do you think I didn't tell you?
I am sorry. I truly am. But if I had asked you to help us find another way in, you wouldn't have.
So you acted behind my back? Used me to kill my brother's people?
They have killed so many of ours. This sends a message, Cicero. A message that could potentially end the war.
At what cost?
I am not made of stone. I have a heart. But it goes out to my kin and blood before their murderers. And if performing my duties requires me to step over your ideals, I am sorry. I know you see your brother in them. I understand how...
You understand nothing.
Sinencia, get the Inspector and his companion their attires, please. I know it may not mean much, but I am sorry.
But you would do it again.
Yes.
Inspectore.
We'll be here if you need us, sir.
Thank you.
Alright, let's see. What new info have we learned? Masquerada who practiced murder busto alone are Pavicieres. Strong, bold, contained movements. I will say it's hard to keep track of a lot of these, like, things about, like, the different, attack abilities and things like that when it uses the, in-world terminology a lot. especially with how fast you seem to progress through things. So it's just kind of like you get a lot of information, and when it comes to um, like very in-world specific um, things like this, sometimes I think it would help to just put like maybe some kind of notation that a player could jump to describe it in um, some other terms. Because so many of these, I think it would be easy to get confused between when you're just uh, getting a lot of it, or just space out the lore and gameplay and notations like this um, a little more. So that you can digest it better. I really see Umbras, people learn how summon Fae. They simply found them. Never have they witnessed the birth or creation of one. That seems to be changing. They are born of elements in the world around them. It has something to do with bloodletting. So, if the Fae are born from the elements, and the masks are born from the elements, it would kind of make sense to think of the mask as just like maybe another type of Fae. Um, so this is talking about the attack ability. I'm basically just saying like, hey, if you're up against a tank, don't forget to move around, use your skills, that kind of thing. And you see how I had to like think it over, it's like remind myself like, okay, this term kind of is about tanks, this one is about like damage dealing. So it's like you're translating it not just from the in-world terminology, but also into um, you know game you know game mechanics and yeah, that's what I was saying. It could be helpful for them to just not overload a bit with because again, like you see like how many there are. We have collected quite a bunch, but there's still a lot to go through, especially with locations. History, we only have like one thing. I'm guessing that unlocks more later on, and then obviously we have like a ton of character info. How's our skills? How many points do we have? Alright. What was your mask? Damage reduction. Yeah, we want that. Mm, uh, what is this? Oh, is that just showing the progression? Interesting. Okay. That would be good. Alright, so he needs another skill point for that. What do you got? That, um... Someone's another one. Yep, we'll do that. Okay. wasn't any other info.
I'm sorry about what happened earlier.
Don't be. You're here to find your brother, not deal with my demons.
If you ever need help...
A generous offer, but I knew what I was in for when I returned.
Then why did you?
Did you know Avestus promised me enough crescents to last a lifetime if I came back?
So you're back for coin?
Come on. We should speak with Kyrie. Hopefully she can tell us more about the Fae.
So what's the plan exactly?
We need to find out what Razatov was doing with the Fae. If anyone could tell us more.
It would be the head researcher of the registry.
This is for you, sir.
What is this?
A set of uniform. The Verone wishes for you to change into them, then meet him in the reception hall. We've a room for your privacy just over there.
Dismissed. Just a moment.
I'll be here. It fits?
I hate it.
Why?
Well, forget it. Now come on, Avestus.
Listen, Cicero. I can see that this search for my brother has brought you to dark places.
I hope you know I'm not doing this for you.
I never thought you were, but I'd like to aid you where I can.
Ah, we're on the same page then. You can start by not asking so many questions. Now, hurry along.
Why do you hate it?
Please, Mariner.
It's just a question.
Because this symbolizes everything about me that my brother would disapprove of. And I am wearing it. Satisfied?
Quite.
You'd better be. Now come along.
Cape is their signature. Only 7 in the city bear such capes. Not easy to come by. Woven from tesseract silk, colored with Elysian dye, stitched with Zoric thread, stuffed with runic wool, and worn by Omrian flesh. Symbol of the responsibilities of the Inspectores to care for the city and its people, no matter where they come from. The truth of the matter, however, is that the Inspectores are agents of the registry. Okay. Mary somehow seems to believe she can somehow help me. What does he think himself should be, a counselor of sort? I don't want to encourage this behavior. My past is past. Bringing it up is bound to do no one good. I don't plan on allowing him to continue with this prodding. So this guy comes off very much like battle cleric, because he's a tank, but at the same time, like obviously we need to boost his skills to get his tankiness up. But it seemed like, references to healing, running an orphanage, that kind of thing, reads very, like, cleric-y. Should not be upset with what Tristan did, done for so long. It had little sway reason has over the heart. I'm hurt by his actions despite understanding them. I suppose I should be glad for them. It is a reminder that even the best parts of the city have the capacity to hurt you. Reminds me of the mercenary days that I spent out on the streets. Guarded heart and selfish mind. Okay, let's move around. Hmm.
So many portieri. Makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, so pick it up a little bit lower still.
Tragic circumstances, truly.
Certainly. And it is the responsibility of the Samora to offer support where we can.
And the registry is ever so grateful. And there he is.
Hi, you came back.
I apologize if I've interrupted something.
Not at all, Inspectore. In fact, I was hoping to see you personally to deliver the news.
Should I be frightened?
Inspectore, meet Tiziana de Felice, one of my finest marshals. The moment I heard you'd return, I understood that the White Spire was a hot cause.
And the Judge Master was ever so generous to lend the Lucas strength to our cause.
In what fashion?
The Marshal will be assisting us in the investigation.
You've told her about it?
Of course. For the sake of our kin, we must set aside our differences, Cicero. But my words are wasted. I can see that you already understand.
So the Sorelli is part of the investigation as well?
I'm just here to... As Razatov's brother, of course. As I said, finding him is reason enough to overlook the schism between the Samora and the Registry.
That is good to hear. I will admit that I am pleased. Surprised, but pleased that the pride many scorn the Registry for having has not clouded your judgment.
And I say gratefully the same. That the fallacious arrogance of the Luca hasn't stopped you from stooping to assist us.
Well, if that is all, I'd like a final word with my marshal before she joins you.
Take as much time as you need.
Stay here.
Interesting. Okay.
I never liked politics.
Cunning bastard.
What are they talking about?
How best to spy on us, I'm sure.
Do you think he's... Did Fabio tell the Crown about this meeting?
And share the opportunity to get the upper hand? I doubt it.
Then he's cornered you, hasn't he? If you turn down his offer for help, he'll have reason to bring it up to the Crown.
Citing my dissidence as reason for suspicion that I'm hiding something.
They'll conduct an investigation.
And they'll find out about Razatov and what he's working on.
Just what you want to avoid.
And if I do accept his help,
then you'll have a spy among your ranks. But, given the choice between one rat from the Luca or the attention of the crown...
He knows that I will not act against him.
Unbelievable. Any plans on dealing with this?
Other than keeping her out of the loop as much as possible. Perhaps an accident.
Lay a finger on her and a dozen more of the Golden Guild will be nipping at our heels. You know that.
I've always wondered how different things might have been if I'd made you a Regente.
I may hate the beat of the city's politics, but it doesn't mean that I don't know how to dance to it.
Really? Because I don't think dragging along extra colors is in any way politically astute.
The Mariner is hiding something, and it might be connected to his brother's disappearance. You brought me back to do a job. Let me do it.
I apologize for the delay. Tiziana is ready to assist whenever you are.
That would be now. We're on the way to meet the head Vigilus. Marshal, shall we?
Certainly.
Would you care for a walk, Judge Master? I believe there are a few trade routes the Diece have set up that might be of interest to you.
A walk sounds magnificent, Varone. Thank you.
First, a member of the Blue Guild tags along. Now we're burdened with a spy from the Golden Guild. Whatever it is, we must press on. We're headed to speak with the head Vigilus, Kyrie Aquila. We'll hopefully be able to put us on the path Razatov has been on. Okay. Now we have a spy amongst the ranks. There's nothing I hold against this woman personally. To be perfectly honest, she's simply performing her duty. That does not mean she's any more welcome in this investigation. Getting rid of her does not seem to be a viable avenue for dealing with her presence. Let's just start with learning how much she knows. There are some men that are satisfied with the status quo, content with their place in society. Then there are those like Fabio, visionaries who have a dream for their people, willing to sacrifice for the sake of progress, with the ability to set their sights on more than just getting by. I haven't often been required to interact with the leader of Luca Infinita, but all the times that I have, I've been nothing short of impressed with his efficiency, determination, and focus. Now he comes into the picture once again. I'm reminded he is possession of so much more than just a powerful will. He's a man of cunning and wit. Stop it. Little to do what he pleases best.
So, Marshal, how much of the case have you been briefed about exactly?
Enough.
You have no questions that you'd like answered?
Inspectore, if you're attempting to goad out of me the extent of my knowledge about this case so that you can use it against me, I suggest you try a different tactic.
Ouch.
Okay. Alright, so here we go into the scholar area where they're
So let me get this straight, Marshal. You believe that I'm out to
researching.
con you?
I do not dance the dance of politics, so I will be straightforward with you. Yes. You being called back is a sign that secrets are being stirred. I know you're keeping something from me, as the Registry is keeping something from my guild, and I'm here to find out what. Is that straight enough for you, Inspectore?
Surprisingly so.
So you're here to spy on us?
You've never dipped your fingers in the pool of politics, have you?
Too bloody for my tastes.
Well, the Inspectore knows what's going on as well as I do, and that's all that matters. Now, if we're done wasting time...
Home to the city's largest collection of written histories. Conocenza is the pride of the Vitalists. It contains volume upon volume of information, topics that range from botany to Domesticate history.
Never thought I'd ever see the insides of this place. The registry's always so stiff about sharing.
Just remember, we're here for Kyrie, not for sightseeing.
Of course. Lead on.
Well, that looks like a blood trail down there. Can't go around these corners. So... yeah. Uh-huh.
Trouble?
The silence is too deep here.
Yeah.
Usually there are...
Watch yourselves! Justice will blind you!
Oof. No. Alright, let me... Oh. The way they disappear is so sad. What the heck?
What are you doing?
It is customary for portieri to stitch insignias of some sort. These have none, and they are poorly fitted.
What is it?
Nothing, just a thought.
A thought?
Don't bother yourself with it.
Inspectore, allow me to make something clear to you. There are two ways that this can go. The first, if you pay me with respect and honesty regarding the case, I will offer my full assistance. And as I have just demonstrated, I can be useful.
Do I want to hear the second?
If you attempt to blind me with lies and fabrications, I can make this investigation very difficult for you, as I have also just proven.
Are you threatening me?
I'm presenting options.
Fabio put you up to this, didn't he?
On the contrary, the Judge Master would be especially displeased, I imagine, with my forthrightness.
Yet you are unashamed to admit it.
The veils of deception set aflame, to the mask of lies do the same.
A song?
The bright chorus. It had once been the moral compass for the Luca. That was a verse from it. No one sings them anymore.
Make your choice, Inspectore. The wick of time is ever burning.
I suspect these are mask runners.
Why?
Just before this, we found evidence that has led us to believe that they have taken Razatov captive.
What would they want with him?
He was creating Fae.
What?
I don't know why or how he knows how to, but he was. And now the mask runners have him.
You believe they're after the head Vegelus as well?
It she knows about this, then perhaps.
I see. You chose well, Inspectore.
Don't make me regret it. Now come on. If those men were guarding the entrance, Kyrie's still somewhere here.
Never before have I met someone in the city so immersed in the dance of politics, so insolent towards its customs. She is a pawn in the grand game, and she knows it, yet she refuses to play by the unspoken rules and seems to loathe secrecy. Does away with any hint of deception, and perhaps most gravely, trumpets her motivations with nary hint of embarrassment. Might be reading her wrong, and perhaps she's lying about her true goals, but somehow I don't find that likely. So, let's see. No, he's still there. Alright. So, fire, shields. What's their mask? Cast an order of protection that lasts for 10 seconds. Watcher's a fan of 6 flaming bolts in a direction. Yeah, let's do that. Do that. That. Increase shield duration. Okay. else to explore.
The light will cut you down.
Ugh, God, I really hate that. I do not think the dogs are just like, you know. Oh, there we go. Little hint in here. Thunder of Umber was a man referred to as the First. His actual name was Thurnham Ateo. Born in Altamir, considered cursed for his curiosity. It always questioned the prophets, wondered what lay beyond the mountain, and lands known as the Dark Beyond. His journey to the Echoing Plains centered upon Sierra Verde. He met with Faye. He returned to Altamir, attempted to requisition larger forces. When he told the priests the stories of his expeditions, they called him blasphemous. According to their religious texts, the people were promised salvation if they kept their holy lands free of the demons. Theron's stories sparked a wave of terror. They exiled him. So Theron and those who had supported him or who had grown tired of the theocracy left and journeyed through the Echoing Plains. Under the mountain shadow they settled. Calendar is a strange one. Time and history divided into canticles. Various amounts of measures. First step that Umber took away was the adoption of its own calendar. The Oring calendar, years consisted of 3 months each. Okay. The Umber calendar was comprised of some calendar. Oring calendar years consisted of 3 months, 120 days. The Umber calendar was 8 months, 45 days. Months are as follows: Easius, Lyra, Elodia, Cora, Vita, Pica, Dr. Ofina. And then there's a method used by the Vegelus. Luca Infinita, Golden Guild. Strict laws, martial influence. So, kind of paladin order, basically. Okay. I'm just gonna keep exploring to try and find any other little info beats.
Remember, if you lie to me again, another one of your dogs will die. You've cost one of them his life already. You don't want another on your hands, do you?
No.
Good. Now, let me repeat the call numbers again. And this time, I don't expect you to say that they don't exist, all right?
Yes.
The first, DF328D439KL3. The second, DT8548172PG6. The third, DP903.
What is going on, Cicero? They're looking for specific books. Rezatov must have had something to do with this.
Well, best to act while we have the element of surprise.
Wait, Tiziana!
Get them! Come at me!
I told you. You chose well.
Unbind the Vegelus. Calden, see if they need healing.
Ages. Thank you, Cicero.
Are you hurt?
I'm fine. What are you doing here?
Actually, we were here for answers, but it seems that all we found are questions instead. He was asking you about books?
If only he just asked. Capturing all my Vegelus like this, a tad over-dramatic, I'd say.
Why did he want them?
I don't know. I do remember their call numbers, though.
We should get them ourselves then. See if...
Are those...
That guy.
I knew the Fae problem was bad, but even here...
It's related to why we came to find you, actually.
The Fae?
This is not the first of its kind that I've encountered. But I have a theory as to how and where they're spawning.
I'm all ears.
One thing at a time. I'll tell you what we've learned about the Fae after we get the books, if that's all right with you.
As much as I'd like to know now, I suppose my curiosity can wait. I can bring you to the books they were looking for, but they took all our masquerades, tossed them to the lower levels. If there are more Fae out there...
We'll handle them.
Gotcha. Okay.
The wounded have been healed.
And they're all cut loose.
Then let's go. We'll find the books and clear a way for the Vigilus as well.
And here it talks about the scholars. The Vigilus live on the brink of discovery in a city that's been built on the ruins of a civilization that dominated lands, sorts of which Umbrians have never dreamed of. They are likely closer than anyone else to understanding the wellspring of ancient powers. I suppose one benefit of having her trail along is her prowess in battle. She's effectively coerced me into telling her about the details of the investigation, accomplishing the feat with nary a drop of blood. Then there's the point about the break course. She knows it by heart, and it is confusing to me. Very few in Luca who still believe in the break course. They believe its tenets are outdated and impractical. Born of two portieri, Kyrie's life has been paved with the intention of guiding her towards academia. In fact, her parents had intended for her to rise to the ranks of the part and not been paved with the intention of guiding her towards the academia. Okay, so they wanted her to be an inspector. Hi, you're very pretty. Yes. Through it all, she performed the Medea as her portier parents expected. What they hadn't expected was her intense curiosity regarding histories of the world. When her parents would give her a summary of the Theralds, she'd go on to ask about the entirety of Rome and its culture. When they mentioned the salting, she would ask about the first canticle and how they'd seen and treated the phenomenon. Wonder about the Fae, she would ask about those found in the outgoing planes. Focus on practicing your Medea, her parents would say. During her youth, she'd obey. All this changed at the age of 18. She sat for her tests and failed them. When her parents found out, they were furious. It was impossible she'd failed. They watched over her with the scrutiny of hawks. How could she be done poorly? They learned later she intentionally flunked. She didn't want to be portiere, she wanted to be a vigilance. Told the testers first, then her parents. Stop that. While seeing the fire in her eyes, her parents realized there was something special about their daughter. They could no longer control her and had to let go. There's more that way.
The first two books are on this level.
I want to head back though.
Brace yourself.
Get back here. Oh my goodness. Yep. Who couldn't fit in a hold this place? Second oldest guild. After the Umber secured its victory against its fatherland, the end of the March of Broken Songs would have had potential spread. Surge in population in the fourth canticle might not have been as considerable as in the sixth, but it was sizable enough. Port area at the time could not cope with the increase. Lots of crime spread. Valero and Maris, founder of the Lucan Finita, ancestor to Icaria Imaris, current leader, lost his son to a robber in the streets. Killed the young boy because he made the mistake of forgetting to hide a precious stone he bought for his parents for their anniversary. Robber made off with the stone and left Valeria with nothing but a deep-seated thirst for vengeance. He spent months hunting his son's murderer, and when he found him, made short work of the man. Valeria realized he'd tapped into a wellspring of discontent shared by much of society. The idea of forming the guild struck him. The Bowling Guild is strayed quite substantially from its roots, blinded by obeisance to laws rather than justice. All Masquerada receive some sort of tutelage in Medea begin by learning how to establish its defensive barrier. A focus shield. In order to maintain it, Masquerada must constantly devote a fashion of their mind to intercept incoming offensive maneuvers. Okay.
Justice will blind you!
Come on.
Call myself the healer. Thanks.
Into the light.
Take it.
Alright, still hunting for secrets.
Is this it?
It is.
It's a compilation of folk tales that we believe the Dementicati had once told.
That is incredibly thick.
What would Raz want with folk tales?
We'll have time to figure it out later.
To learn stuff about
Should
the
get the
Fae.
other two.
Okay. Okay, talking about the calendar again. Umber is currently in its 8th canticle, and as of my writing, it is 407th year since liberation. Alright, I just wanted to double check all around the other areas. Okay, so we can't go upstairs.
We've got this! All right. Are we near it?
It's right here. This is a book about Dementicati history. It chronicles the Empire's expansion of territory.
That's huge.
Your Regenti was interested in ancient people, it seems.
But why?
We'll get the last one, and hopefully we'll find our answers.
It's upstairs.
Let's go.
Okay. So I think we got all the extra stuff. Anything new to say here? No? Okay. Okay, so he's got 3. Which we wanted. Where again? Think of that. ways mass between the church, Pavissieri and Sicario ways of Charlatan, regardless of his stance. I gains more ult when charge is spent. And I want that one, I think. Okay. We should head to the upstairs area. Alright. Ooh.
I'll cover you.
Larry, get back!
I'm taking care of these ads. That. Oh. More doubles down. Oof. So I don't think we need that. Sure. Her health is getting low.
Is that the last of them?
I hope so.
I certainly hope your theories about the Fae will explain that to me.
I'm hoping they do too. But again, let us find the last book first.
I recognized its spine while you were fighting the creature.
And its size, no doubt.
Tides. Of all the books we had to collect, it had to be the 3 biggest ones.
Inspectore, if it's your plan to go through each...
I don't think we have any other choice.
Even with a pair of eyes on each volume, it'll take you at least a week to get through them.
Worse still, we don't even know what we're looking for.
Hold on. I need a moment to think.
Cicero, what if we tried to...
By myself, please.
Jeez,
Right,
come
Raz.
on.
Give me something. Yes. Right. Power. Creating power. Using it to expand. Anything that smacks of strength or supremacy.
Inspectore,
I said I'd like to be alone, Marshal.
are you all right?
I will be if you give me a second.
All right. I'll see you with the others then.
Thought long enough?
Yes, I have.
You have an idea on how to get us through the tomes, then?
I do, in fact. Follow me.
Cicero, why are you keeping them here? They're agitated enough about what happened.
Just a moment, Kyrie, please. I apologize for the delay. I understand how uncomfortable it must be standing here, but there is a final request that I have for you. I am looking for information within this book, as well as within the two my colleagues are carrying. I do not have the luxury of time to sift through its contents, and I implore you to lend me your assistance for just a few moments in this endeavor.
Cicero, they might be Vegelus, but that doesn't mean they can cover 1,000 pages in one...
Inspectore!
Take it. Books can be repaired, rewritten. Time cannot. Mariner, Marshal, perhaps you'd like to cover your eyes, Kyrie. And maybe your ears. Now, you're searching for anything that hints at great power. Undefeated leaders, huge swaths of land claimed, rebellions quelled in a day.
Inspectore, I think I found something.
Go on.
I'm looking at a timeline of the Dimenticate's history of expansion. There was a specific point in time after which they began furiously claiming land.
And what point is that?
It's referred to as Aechian Thun, of the year of Noir.
Good. Everyone else, keep that in mind.
Something else, sir.
Yes?
It's a religious text about some godsend that the Dementicati were supposedly blessed with.
Go on.
They're referred to here as the knife, the seed, and the heart.
They're here as well. Says that they changed the very face of the Dementicate society, allowed them to start winning wars.
It would fit the timeline.
Excellent. The knife, the heart, and the seed. Remember those names.
Something more, sir, from a story. It's about where they came from. These were flesh of the god himself, from the marrow of our father's bone. They were presented to us in steepled fingers of stone.
Good, good. Now, does anyone have anything on what exactly they were? How they functioned, what they did? That was worth a try. Is there anything else anyone deems important? I suppose that's it then. Thank you all for your cooperation. You're quite free to leave when you're ready.
That was a smart move, Inspectore. Disrespectful to paper hearts, but smart.
Desperation breeds innovation.
And your search criteria were conveniently accurate?
A hunch. If mask runners were searching for something, what else would it be but power?
So, now what?
Now, recollection. The mask runners knew about the numbers certainly from Razatov.
Razatov?
They have him, captured him, for what I now suspect to be his research.
The knife, seed, and heart.
What do they do, exactly? All we understand is that they were the key to the Dementicate's power. But how?
I'm sure we'll soon find out. If the mask runners have captured Razatov and are now looking for books that involve them...
They're after the artifacts.
And so are we. It's our best bet at finding Razatov.
Then we have to beat them to it.
We can start by paying the Cleaver a visit.
I don't recognize the name.
In steepled fingers of stone. There is only one place that is conjured from that imagery. A set of ruins in Cacciatore territory called the Cleaver.
But that quote was from a story.
And if you have stronger leads, Mariner, I suggest you lay them out, please.
You're right. I apologize.
Now, if that's all...
One last thing, Cicero.
Ah, yes, the Fae. Of course. I'll meet you at the coach. Right. So, about the Fae. I have a theory that they're related to the mists, and summoning them requires a ritual of some sort that involves blood and loose articles. Papers, books, anything that can be used as a physical building block for a form.
Okay. So I wanted to comment on that, but they were still talking. So the whole thing, like knife, heart, seed, it basically just sounds like a blood ritual. They're talking about a god. So it makes it sound like Especially when they were saying before about the area with like, oh, the masks don't work as well when it's outside of a certain area, and all these fae, that the fae and the masks are born from the elemental blood of a past god, maybe? And that's why they spring up in specific areas. So it was like planting seeds, planting these well springs to create the fae and the masks. For some reason, I'm not sure. But just trying to figure it out. I have no idea what that was. Something was just running along my roof. Okay, so let's go here. Captain Mask Runners versus Portieri. Maintain comfortably in the quiet order. It's basically like this whole thing, knife, seed, heart. I feel like the blood rituals that the guy uncovered are like smaller versions of that, basically. Like representing that, I mean. Do we have anything else? Alright. Just see if there's any other discussions going on. Hang on. Okay. The Euteria, one of 3 pairs of Medea, currently recognized as the practitioners concentrating on the craft of music to affect their branding. Maramento McIntyre. dirt and songstresses can burn materials at a significant distance from them. Hmm.
There you are.
I hope I haven't kept you waiting.
I need to return to my court.
That was quick.
I feel the Judge Master would want to know that one of the Registry's members was seeking artifacts of great power.
I don't suppose there's anything I can do to talk you out of it.
You suppose correctly.
In that case, I should at least thank you for your assistance today. It's good to know the bright chorus is still alive in the hearts of some.
Well, I suppose you're welcome. I will see you soon, Inspectore.
The whole time, you've been so polite.
I may not enjoy politics, but let this be a lesson to you, Mariner. If you cannot kill a spy, then you do just as well to befriend them. Come on, we have ruins to investigate.
Oh, it's so exciting, isn't it, sister?
What?
We're going to the ruins.
I hope you know we're not actually going to go follow them inside.
What?
You'll not miss much, anyway.
Not a fan of ruins, sir.
Hate them. For my creditor, I scored the worst for the section about ruins and archaeology.
Why's that?
Well, for one, when I'd been...
When you'd been...
Not again, Calden.
Come on.
When I'd been Contadani, before I joined the registry, I used to spend a lot of time along the highways. There were a pair of Vegilis that came by every morning on their way to the White Spire who would talk about ruins and interesting finds. And every time I listened to them, walking in their fancy robes, all I could think was, why do they have so much energy for the dead when the living still suffer? Now look what you've done, Mariner. You made me kill the mood.
Oh, please don't say that, sir. That was, enlightening. Yes, enlightening.
He means thank you, sir.
Little donkeys. Oh, they're so cute. Look at them.
We'll be back soon.
We'll be here.
A word, Mariner?
Something the matter?
About what happened on the coach.
The twins seem to appreciate.
Stop it. Now, I know you mean well. You think getting me to talk about my past will help me get over it. It won't. I've spent the past 5 years burying the man that abandoned his brother and fled the city. Stop trying to bring him back. Is that clear?
But you...
Is that clear, Mariner?
As the belt, sir.
Good. Now, come on.
Alright, so... I'm gonna end it here for now. I'll look at those lore bits next time. But I do have to feed myself and the cat. So it is still learning a bit, still trying to theory craft a bit. I like the world building. Again, I do wish some of the phrasing was not as fancy. Because it can be a little overwhelming when it's like piled on a lot all at once. So, I understand that there are sections that you keep going back to, um, where they bring terminology up again, or like trying to kind of teach more about it, but it's not really sinking in as much. Like I feel like learning the attack abilities and skill abilities with the different elements and things like that are better learned through the actual combat. And then like the world lore as far as like the Fae and the politics and all that are okay with learning with the purple and gold icons. Other than that, it's been interesting. Does give a lot to think about, and again, I want to keep playing, but at the same time, I need to take care of other things. So, I'm going to stop here. And I hope if you are tuning in that you find this game interesting, that you want to give it a try yourself, and that you are enjoying the streams of it. I will see you some other time. So have a good night, be safe, be well, and yep. Checking on the cat as he's now settled down finally. My little sleeping man, who I know is immediately going to get up as soon as he sees I'm going to get him food. So I'll see you another time. Bye bye.